Hello, yeah, I'm just doing another video, talk about various things. The book I have out, which I didn't tell you about, is called Inside the Outside, Musings from a Transparent Heart. A book of poetry by Denny Reader, and that should be out in a couple of months, so if anyone's interested I can send you the link. I'll put the link on YouTube anyway, or say it when I found out when it's how you can get it and all the rest of it. Well, lots on the news lately. Been looking up stuff about a lot about 2012 and stuff, especially a guy called David Wilcock, and watching a lot of Eckhart Tolle things on YouTube, his channel and stuff. It's been really cool. I really like what they're both saying. Both very different in their own way. Eckhart Tolle very much, you know, tackles the issues that people face in their mind to do with raising out of the normal state of mind, the normal problematic mind, and entering, you know, living in the now and entering a more kind of serene state of mind, which I really connect to. Uh, David Wilcock talking a lot about 2012, the pyramids, all this stuff, galactical waves, a new wave of energy coming that apparently will change our genetic structure and stuff, which is really cool. And a lot of stuff about, well, Japan, really bad earthquake they had, that was sounded terrible, and obviously it must be a complete nightmare for a lot of people who are affected by it. But from an environmental point of view, this is one reason why I disagree, and many people disagree, with nuclear power stations and nuclear anything, because they're in a sense they're a disaster waiting to happen in lots of ways. I know it's probably a great way to make energy, but for the fact that you need to manage the waste for how I think someone said 10,000 years or something. Certain amounts of radioactive waste will remain. You'd have to manage it for that remain very dangerous state for 10,000 years. And just that one fact, makes me think, God, that's just it's not realistic to really do that. Especially when we have the technology to do it, to create energy in other ways, and what really is the need. And obviously I feel for the people who, the families and the victims of the earthquake or whatever, but which I always do. But it just seems silly for any government, especially like even when we are in Britain, you know, to have power stations. It's like a #1 terrorist threat and all this stuff about terrorism, whatever. But you know, it's a danger, and many nuclear power companies have lied and spun tales all about, you know, what they've done with the waste, and you found out years later that they've radiated some land in Scotland or whatever. You know, there's loads of cover-ups and stuff. It just doesn't seem right to me. But obviously the earthquake was a terrible thing, and all the stuff in Libya going on, which is hard to know what to do really, because, you know, as a peace lover, as a peace campaigner, you know, in my own life in many ways, um, you don't want to. War shouldn't be an option. But when it comes to someone, you know, is there any such a thing as a just war when someone is destroying or harming their own people? But I suppose at the end of the day, you have to always take with a pinch of salt what you see on the media, because we don't know. We're only seeing what people want us to see, and what they think the news is. I mean, there must be millions of things go on in the world every day. You know, 7 billion people or whatever on this planet. Amazing things going on every day, but what do they choose to show us? You know, natural disasters, war, murder, crime, the odd maybe happy little thing here and there, but most of it seems to be negative. And it's one person or group, well, obviously a group of people's perception on what they think news what they think news is, and what they think we should see. You know, and it gives us this kind of delusion and makes us think that we know what's going on around the world, but really we only see what's going on around the world from their eyes, and from their perspective and from their opinions. Really, you know, if you just use your imagination, countless of amazing things going on all over just within our country, but people very rarely tend to be positive and report about things, you know, that are just plainly positive or whatever. Well, very rarely in the news anyway, and if they do, it tends to be counteracted with about 10 or 8 other really negative stories. So just seem yeah, it just seems a bit dark really with news. But I mean, a lot of people think that they give us a lot of things to be fearful of in order to control us more. I mean, I like the ideas of a lot of the, I'm open-minded to the ideas of a lot of the conspiracy theory things, but I think you can go too far with it, where I've known people to gone so far into it where their minds become a very, in a sense, negative place, and they think the whole world is wrong and it's all out to get them. I think, you know, if you could be true in your heart, I know how cheesy it sounds, but just be true in your heart and to yourself, and live your life the best you can in your own little world or whatever, and help what you can in your own little world, help do what you can. I mean, that's all that I think anyone could be asked of, really. It's just do what they can, look after themselves and their loved ones, and you know, if they have any more love to give, any more time to give, then do it for whatever cause they feel is good. But to constantly put upon us all these negative ideas of all these bad things around the world that we can do most of the time nothing about, or very little about, I don't see the point in it, really. I think it's in a sense like, it seems that they kind of believe in this idea that we can progress through negativity, that the more we focus on the negative things, the more we can filter it out. But I don't know how true that really is. Maybe some people have said to me, you know, I only view it like that because I see through rose tinted glasses, but I think really focus on the positive, acknowledge the bad things, but you don't like blurt it in people's faces like 24/7, all the negative things going on, because surely that is just going to lower morale of people. It's going to kind of create people to think more negatively and not see the world in such a good place. Yeah, just some views I have on it. Um, I hope you're all right, and everyone is doing okay. Yeah, like I said, the book should be out in a couple of months. Um, I've been having a few weeks off. Well, I'm going to have a week off and then maybe a couple of weeks off, just general activities to recuperate myself, because I've been getting some of the old bad bad thoughts and voices back and stuff, and anxiety, so I need to watch out for that, really. But yeah, just thought I'd have a little chat, and yeah, maybe do some another time, and look forward to hearing from your comments, whatever else. Okay, thank you, bye.